everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Let's tap right in, shall we? Spirit, what is it you would like the collective to know at this time, please? We've got the Seven of Cups in the upright, so there's some opportunities, wishful thinking, daydreaming, challenged by a Knight of Swords coming in, driven to succeed, defending their beliefs. In the subconscious, we've got the Ten of Wands, so somebody's heavily burdened. In the recent past, somebody's leaving home, planning, making some decisions. Intentions and expectations is healing, renewal in the near future. In the near future, there's somebody that's in a victim mentality, perhaps. The lens that's being looked through is the Hierophant, a higher authority. In the environment, lovers coming together. Woo-hoo. Hopes and fears. Two of Cups. And in the outcome, somebody's disconnected. They're not taking any more offers. And they're out in the cold. And you're celebrating in this temperance energy. And this devilish energy is in a hanged man energy. And you've gained the victory. Limelight. Lots of choices. Somebody's daydreaming about being in the limelight. They're rushing in, ambitious, trying to defend their beliefs. They're a chicken. we've got heavy burdens here. They weren't able to martyr you. You're in the limelight. They weren't able to martyr you. They had you in a 10 of Wands, and they couldn't martyr you. So somebody's leaving home, making plans, and these ones just came right out. Gosh, guys. Someone's traveling, perhaps to come get you, or maybe they traveled and they are here and you've already been united with your evermore in the astral fields, perhaps. You're a star. The intention and expectation is healing and renewal. You survived. Somebody is in victim mentality. It's time. So they've been spying on you through time, and they look at you as really nothing more than just an object. Or it could be time that those who have a limited perception and see people as objects, they're going to be receiving this. What you put out, you get back. It's time. The Hierophant is here. Could be the Most High. Most High God. Setting things right. Arcana could be making an appearance soon. And we got Lovers in the environment. And there's communication and change. So these Lovers are communicating a change. Or maybe these Lovers fought for a change. Maybe they were psychically connected and working together in the astral fields to generate a change within this environment. And hopes and fears, we've got unified love, partnership with mutual attraction. You could be seen as perfect by somebody who's currently invisible. And there is a Four of Cups. So somebody is reevaluating. They're disconnected. There could be a whole, this card to me says that there was a child from a specific bloodline that was buried or, made like invisible. And that could be what this is. That could be what this is, that there could have been a bloodline or whatever that had been disconnected. And they are coming back together in their chosen unions. And they will now be remembered. There could be, maybe there's a specific child that is going to be remembered, that had been disconnected and is now coming back in. Somebody is going to be in a Five of Pentacles, experiencing a financial loss. A teacher who is here and now, who has expectations of forgiveness and faith. they've been observing everything, people and their purpose. They've been watching the snakes and those who have been behaving with the need to self-preserve, like being attacked by these snakes. And there's a visitation which could perhaps bring about some things, like maybe you're going to be getting your things back. Things meaning it could be anything. It could be vitality, it could be energy, it could be this spiritual abundance that had been stolen from you as a child, that maybe you don't even really know who you are. I mean, really, in the spirit, you may not know who your actual lineage is. Somebody that thought they were important was playing around, wearing your personality, pretending to be a leader. But your whole ancestry line stayed optimistic during this, and prophecy is playing out right now. And there's going to be conflict to those who are vain. Those who had been driving, peaceful people, like getting in their minds and driving their lives and causing moments of pain and all of that stuff. It was the sovereign people that they were coming against, that they were driving. Like, they had been disconnected in the mind, and they had been driven into like horrible and depraved circumstances by these ones, these sovereign people. And this player is gonna get disconnected. I can't make it up, you guys. There it is. The player's getting disconnected. The player is getting disconnected from this bloodline. They're being disconnected. They could perhaps be having to experience the same disconnection that this bloodline experienced. Poor, destitute, ill-held, homelessness, no friends, abusive relationships, no money, all of that many of us have suffered from. Oh, sorry, that's a little loud. This is wild. But there it is. There it is. House. So you're in the limelight now. You're coming. You've got a house, or you're going to be getting a new house. There's all kinds of opportunities. Challenged by an ambitious chicken, defending their beliefs. They feel that they were right about what they did, putting you in this Ten of Wands, trying to martyr you. They thought that they were right, that was what they were supposed to do. They thought that they were supposed to try to destroy this marriage. That was their entire purpose for existing, was to try to martyr this union. That's the only reason they existed, and they failed. Doesn't it suck to actually realize that the only purpose of your existence was to destroy a loving union? I mean, that's all you amounted to. Yeah, they're under adjudication. They're under adjudication for putting people of high honor in Ten of Wands and trying to martyr them. It's like, what the hell were you thinking, right? So the home front is here, and you may be making plans to go home because It's here. Like, I really think there's like a whole ship. Like, this leaving is going to be like, there's a whole other world out there that this particular realm isn't aware of. And I really feel that in these divine unions, there's a lot of people who are actually going to be going home, which is like beyond the barrier of this realm. I really sometimes feel that this particular realm is a testing grounds where your spirit and your, your fidelity and your honor and all of that is tested severely, you know. And there's a lot of people who choose to become depraved. They choose to embrace that energy and wear it and claim it as their own. And they choose to become that. And they get really good at being that. But then some people, they fight and they heal themselves time after time, no matter how many times they're knocked to the ground and completely shattered. They get themselves in this energy and they decide they're going to survive. And so they heal themselves and they move, and then they move on. It's like they pick themselves up, they heal, and then they move on. These ones are coming into a courtship. And there's a false person lurking here, so we'll have to clarify that. It's time. Those who perceived you as an object, or maybe those who perceive you with objectivity, those who have been looking at this scenario with objectivity, they've been looking at both sides, seeing what everybody's been doing, weighing the hearts of all the people. And it could be that they have determined, or whoever this is, this Hierophant here, has determined that those who perceived you somebody's going to be in this because they put you in this, and now that has to go back, right? It's been seen, it's been perceived that you had this on you. Woo! Check it out. We got the main male right there. There he is. We're going to have to look at this change. Yeah, so there's a change. It's time. So you have been in this victim mentality, but although I don't think you've been a victim at all. You may have been blinded, like maybe your third eye was tampered with, and your mind, your telepathy and all of that had been tampered with. Maybe your gifts, your natural born gifts had been tampered with and taken from you, and you were separated, you were bound and blinded, right? And this is perceived with objectivity. It's the Hierophant is here seeing this, and he sees you as an arcana. Even though they bound you and blinded you and trapped you, you kept freaking rising and healing and surviving that. There's going to be a change. The Hierophant is here. He could see you as Arcana. He is Arcana, and he could be making an appearance soon. You might receive a message, or there is a message. Download. Lovers have been communicating to make change. Excuse me. It's like people, these people who are from this tribe, I'll just say it, who was buried and blinded and told stories on, right, in the ethers and all of that, duplicated, crimes were committed and pinned on them while they were buried in this pit of despair kind of thing. And they're being remembered, and it's it's just really cool to me that even if you try to bury the brightest light, even if you siphon their vitality and dim them and put them in the soil, right? They still reach for that light because they are that light, and they are seen, and they are seen. It's really cool. All that toil and labor that this community did with high expectations, they're facing poverty and bad health. Sudden wealth. So the lovers communicated, they're making a change, and somebody's not getting sudden wealth. And then you got the Two of Cups, who acted perfectly while invisible, like separated from each other, not able to communicate, left all on their own to rest in their own morals and ethics and move in this world with limited resources and support. They behave perfectly. And so these couples that are coming together, they pass the test. Tried and tested, right? Those people who were doing things in a family room, they're in despair. They're in despair, and it could be that they're feeling as though they are invisible. Maybe they've been made invisible. I don't know. But there is this disconnection here. There's Four of Cups, so there's a disconnection from those who are going to be remembered. Yeah, they're not going anywhere on the distant horizons. They're disconnected. They don't get to go. There's a mature man. A mature man. And a mature woman who wanted that gift. Oops. They wanted that gift. They wanted the great fortune that belonged to this main male. And they're in the courthouse now. They're facing a journey. Or there is a journey right now that's being talked about in the courthouse regarding this privileged lady and this thief. That thief tried to steal her child and her unexpected income. This whole community worked against her. They were expecting her to be in poverty, but they were expecting her to be in poverty, but it could be that they're getting a message of concern. Oh, shit. Oh, God. They got a message of concern. They're in bad health. There's a coffin and imprisonment. Somebody's losing their life and their freedom, man. They messed around playing God, and it looks like they're going to be reminded. Of reality. You know, I suppose that's what happens when you get caught up in these illusions, you know, about being in the limelight and having a high position within the house, you know, delusions of grandeur and such. It sounds to me like that's what the previous commanders fell subject to delusions of grandeur, and they decided that what they were given wasn't quite good enough, and they wanted more. And it could be that they got away with it for so long that they thought that they really solidified that fantasy within their minds. I mean, they wholeheartedly were given the opportunity to freaking set it up like it is true. And they operated everything from that standpoint. And you can see the state of the world, you know, destruction everywhere, every day. Intentionally, places are destroyed to cause chaos, right? And to, yeah. So there's hope. There's hope. I haven't given up on us yet. There's a position within the limelight in this special house. This chicken is defending their beliefs against this marriage. Your absence feels like they feel like part of them is missing without you. Yeah, you're in this marriage, and you're not guilty. You're not guilty. This chicken was accusing you of something, and you didn't do it. You're not guilty. They just wanted what? They just wanted what you have, your vitality, your essence, your presence. They were fighting for it, but they were slandering you and hurting you, trying to make it sound like you are just this vile creature, but that's what they were putting on you. It's like that was the energy they were putting on you, dressing you up in. That's wild, man. Chaser. They tried to call you a chaser. Or maybe they are a chaser. No, that's not it. That's not it. You got somebody here who you may not be in contact with right now, anything other than telepathically, energetically. They're a person that's in the limelight. They're in this house. They haven't given up on your connection yet. There was all this illusion going on. And this chicken was messing with you in that process, trying to get you to be found guilty of something so that they could hold on to a contract with you or something. And this person who hasn't given up on you yet, they want you. They're not going to chase anymore. They're coming and they're offering a commitment. This is a high honor commitment. You're a high honor person. This chicken wasn't able to martyr you. They had you in a 10 of wands. They weren't able to martyr you. They wanted to like get you stuck. They're under adjudication for this. They were trying to keep you away from your proper partner. There's the home front is here. They've come, and there's travel plans being made. You could be maybe going somewhere else with your evermore. You survived. You're the star, and you love yourself. That's why you survived. You take the time to heal yourself, to renew yourself. Every time they knock you down or put 10 wands on you or 10 swords in you or whatever, man, you stop and you heal. Every time these false people come at you. Definitely star quality. Definitely star quality. There's a lot of gossip going on. There's a change. There's a lot of people gossiping. There's a lot of mistakes. There could be a couple here that people are gossiping about that made a lot of mistakes trying to bind you, and Hierophant, Arcana, Appearance, Message, Space. Like you could be, somebody's keeping your space clear, like your vicinity, your space is being tended to, protected maybe. Values. So yeah, lovers, communication, affecting change. You've been seen as irreplaceable. You've been seen as irreplaceable. And those whose values are about money, those who were coming after you, wanting to connect with you, and their only value was they needed money. There's too many differences for you, and they're not going to get the sudden wealth. It looks to me like the Most High God or Source or whatever you want to think about that. He's not permitting these ones who have their value system is about money and things. They're not letting them connect with you to get this sudden wealth. You're going to be connected to somebody who finds you irreplaceable. Yeah, there won't be any third-party situations. These will be faithful unions with mutual attraction. Those who did stuff in the family room to try to change this, they're in despair. Whatever they did didn't work. Holding back. Yeah, they're disconnected. They don't get to go anywhere on the distant horizons. And they're being held back. They're being held back from these people. Whoever that mature man is, he neglected his duties. He didn't give people what they needed to come forward in their destiny. He didn't give people what they needed to move forward in their destiny. He made things deliberately really hard on them. He took their spiritual inheritance and then tried to martyr them while they were in a Ten of Wands. I mean, come on, man. There's all kinds of conversation about this. Like, people are damaged now. And it could be those who came against you. And they're being detached. They don't know what to do. It's time. And they've got habits. And you're moving on into, there could be, you're moving on into a passionate union. Chemistry. I have never felt a passion this intense. And whatever this is, there will be forgiveness and there will be a mending of the heart. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't know. But if this is somebody that you knew in a previous cycle, perhaps, And there is a backstory to this, and you're not consciously aware of that. Whatever that is, there will be forgiveness for that. And you know, forgiveness is essentially the releasing of that which burdens us, right? And it's sort of our responsibility to take care of that burden basket. I mean, there's going to be people in this world who are constantly putting rocks in our burden basket. And it's our responsibility to take those rocks and look at them and then say, do I need this? And if not, then put it away. We don't have to accept every gift that somebody tries to sneak in or put in or bless us with. You know, we just don't need it. We can choose what burdens or gifts we permit in our life. We can choose that which brings us balance. We don't have to allow others to dump their shit on us and make us carry it. We're in charge of our burden basket. There's a lot of people who put stuff in the burden basket rather than face it, rather than look at it, and then that becomes the shadow, right? And that's truly what shadow work is. It's about maintaining the burden basket that we choose to carry and that others choose to put on us. So there is the limelight, there is a house, there is somebody who hasn't given up on us yet, there's lots of opportunities, and there's courage. You've been behaving very courageously, and this person that's coming forward to you is also very courageous, and they're very patient. You're both very patient. You realize that everything happens in divine order. Yeah, they weren't able to make you look guilty. They wanted to mess up your marriage. This chicken. They're not successful. They won't be successful. They're worried. They're worried. They tried to martyr you. And you're a person of high honor that is coming into a commitment. Because they were envious, they tried to martyr you. So a home is here. Somebody's making travel plans with their evermore to go home. And this has people who are not their friend in a state of fear. These false people. They're afraid because you're taken off. You're going into a courtship. You survived their attempt to martyr you through self-love and self-rejuvenation and healing. Probably through this interconnection that you always felt but maybe didn't understand that you're coming into now. there's going to be a change. You're still trying to heal. You're still in the healing process. There's going to be a change. There will be movement. So there were some people that were coming against you to try to affect the change, and they're reminiscing about how things used to be. There's a lot of gossip going on. They made a lot of mistakes. They wish they could change what happened, but they can't. It's time, and there's people gaining perception, and they're gaining it through objectivity. So they're looking at both sides of the story. They're looking at things very clearly, very, very much in balance. And there are things that are being accepted. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. It's time. So it's time to release that and move on. Oh yeah, those who came against you, they failed. They're in a failure. What the? Holy crap, guys. They failed, they're guilty. And what is the other one? They're in grief. And they're lonely. Wow. Somebody's in a state. Oh, this is the end. Hierophant's here, giving space to the arcana. These people who are coming into these irreplaceable unions, the Hierophant is here giving space to these arcana. There is a message being sent. This person could be making an appearance soon, and this is going to be the end of this. You're irreplaceable. You're coming into your Two of Cups. You've been communicating, meaning you've been here doing work that brings about a change. Those whose values are all about money will no longer be taking the sudden wealth that belongs to others. You came here and you fought for this change. You fought for this change, that those whose values were nothing more than money would not get this sudden wealth. You fought for it and you won. You're seen as irreplaceable. You have been in service to the people, to life, to yourself, to your community, to your... Unified love, partnership. You've performed perfectly. It could be that these people on the home front were invisible, but were watching you the whole time. You weren't in third-party situations. You didn't go down the road of promiscuity. You surrendered your need to control and you got into the flow. These people are in despair because of all the work that they did in this family room to try to tarnish you. It didn't work. These people came after you out of pride. They wanted to hold you back. And they're in regret. This says, imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind, but it came out reversed. It could be that they're no longer able to tap into the mental body of this person. They can't get into the imagination of this person anymore. They can't tap into the services or the vitality of this person anymore. They're stepping into their purpose. They're trustworthy. And they are disciplined, and their relationships serve their higher good. They're not about, instant gratification and golden hammers and such. They're coming into an abundance, and they're offering forgiveness. They're releasing it. They're releasing it and letting it go. And this fills those who had brought adversity against you with a whole lot of doubt, because you're no longer engaged. You've cut it. You're like, I'm done. I've persevered through this, and I claim my happiness. They're in denial over your self-esteem. You're so damn balanced, and you have empathy for people. What the heck, man? And all they got is pride and regret. And on that note, I'm going to shut this one off, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody.